Arthur Schopenhauer. Every miserable fool who has nothing at all of which he can be proud, adopts as a last resource pride in the nation to which he belongs. He is ready and happy to defend all its faults and follies tooth and nail, thus reimbursing himself for his own inferiority. Almost all of our sorrows spring out of our relations with other people. There is no more mistaken path to happiness than worldliness. To feel envy is human, to savor Schadenfreude is devilish. Mostly it is loss which teaches us about the worth of things. Sociability belongs to the most dangerous, even destructive inclinations, since it brings us into contact with beings the great majority of whom are morally bad and intellectually dull or perverted. Each day is a little life. Rascals are always sociable, and the chief sign that a man has any nobility in his character is the little pleasure he takes in others' company. In our early youth we sit before the life that lies ahead of us like children sitting before the curtain in a theater, in happy intense anticipation of whatever is going to appear. Luckily we do not know what really will appear. Happiness consists in frequent repetition of pleasure. Night gives a black look to everything, whatever it may be. Life is full of troubles and vexations, that one must either rise above it by means of corrected thoughts, or leave it. Wealth is like seawater, the more we drink, the thirstier we become, and the same is true of fame. What a person is for himself, what abides with him in his loneliness and isolation, and what no one can give or take away from him, this is obviously more essential for him than everything that he possesses or what he may be in the eyes of others. Scholars are those who have read in books, but thinkers, men of genius, world enlighteners, and reformers of the human race are those who have read directly in the book of the world. Great men are like eagles, and build their nest on some lofty solitude. Hope is the confusion of the desire for a thing with its probability. For where did Dante get the material for his hell, if not from this actual world of ours? That I could clamber to the frozen moon, and draw the ladder after me. Life swings like a pendulum backward and forward between pain and boredom. We seldom speak of what we have but often of what we lack. A high degree of intellect tends to make a man unsocial. So the problem is not so much to see what nobody has yet seen, as to think what nobody has yet thought concerning that which everybody sees. Whatever torch we kindle, and whatever space it may illuminate, our horizon will always remain encircled by the depth of night. Religion is the masterpiece of the art of animal training, for it trains people as to how they shall think. To be alone is the fate of all great minds, a fate deplored at times, but still always chosen as the less grievous of two evils. What give all that is tragic, whatever its form, the characteristic of the sublime, is the first inkling of the knowledge that the world and life can give no satisfaction, and are not worth our investment in them. The tragic spirit consists in this. Accordingly, it leads to resignation. The life of every individual, viewed as a whole and in general, and when only its most significant features are emphasized, is really a tragedy, but gone through in detail it has the character of a comedy. Truth is no harlot who throws her arms round the neck of him who does not desire her. On the contrary, she is so coy a beauty that even the man who sacrifices everything to her can still not be certain of her favors. Ordinary people merely think how they shall spend their time. A man of talent tries to use it. If we were not all so interested in ourselves, life would be so uninteresting that none of us would be able to endure it. We can regard our life as a uselessly disturbing episode in the blissful repose of nothingness. Solitude will be welcomed or endured or avoided, according as a man's personal value is large or small. Life is short and truth works far and lives long. Let us speak the truth. The more unintelligent a man is, the less mysterious existence seems to him. If the immediate and direct purpose of our life is not suffering, then our existence is the most ill-adapted to its purpose in the world. Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. Men best show their character in trifles, where they are not on their guard. It is in the simplest habits that we often see the boundless egotism which pays no regard to the feelings of others and denies nothing to itself. Compassion for animals is intimately associated with goodness of character, and it may be confidently asserted that he who is cruel to animals cannot be a good man. Life is a constant process of dying. In our monogamous part of the world, to marry means to have one's rights and double one's duties. We forfeit 3/4 of ourselves in order to be like other people. A man finds himself, to his great astonishment, suddenly existing, after thousands and thousands of years of non-existence. He lives for a little while, and then, again, comes an equally long period when he must exist no more. The heart rebels against this, and feels that it cannot be true. I have long held the opinion that the amount of noise that anyone can bear undisturbed stands in inverse proportion to his mental capacity, and therefore be regarded as a pretty fair measure of it. I have not yet spoken my last word about women. I believe that if a woman succeeds in withdrawing from the mass, or rather raising herself from above the mass, she grows ceaselessly, and more than a man. It is difficult to find happiness within oneself, but it is impossible to find it anywhere else. The safest way of not being very miserable is not to expect to be very happy. Everyone takes the limits of his own vision for the limits of the world. It often happens that we blurt out things that may in some kind of way be harmful to us, but we are silent about things that may make us look ridiculous, because in this case effect follows very quickly on cause. There is some wisdom in taking a gloomy view, in looking upon the world as a kind of hell, and in confining one's efforts to securing a little room that shall not be exposed to the fire. Nature shows that with the growth of intelligence comes increased capacity for pain, and it is only with the highest degree of intelligence that suffering reaches its supreme point. One should use common words to say uncommon things. Animals hear about death for the first time when they die. Honor has not to be won, it must only not be lost. A precondition for reading good books is not reading bad ones, for life is short. The two enemies of human happiness are pain and boredom. No rose without a thorn, but many a thorn without a rose.